So I hear lifestyle being thrown around a lot, and what I find is a lot of guys get half of the equation. They think, ooh, flashy watch, flashy restaurant. You go in there, you look like the man, whatever it may be. That's only half the equation. The other half is a lot more powerful. It's so much more powerful. Like if you have an addiction that you can't shake, or you want to lose weight, all these things that a lot of people have problems with can actually be solved. Pretty simple if you keep it basic and go deep with it with a proper lifestyle. So, let's not talk this idea of a lifestyle to death. Let's just get right into this video where I'm going to give you a little inspiration and some action steps. And what else am I going to give you? Inspiration, action steps, and a little bit of what you can expect with the proper lifestyle. I'll just go into it a little bit and give you a peek behind the curtains. And I'm going to keep this video raw. I'm not going to cut anything because I want to prove to you guys that I know what I'm talking about. I'm not bullshitting. I've lived it, and I'm enjoying each day. Even when my bank account takes a big hit because I make a big investment and I'm like, oh, geez, this is a lot of money. It's exciting because I know when you put it out, it comes back, and that's the whole point of lifestyle. The lifestyle, it solves your problems while you live it. It's a proactive thing. So I'm not gonna go crazy into it, but let's just get into it right now, and I'll paint the picture, give you a little inspiration and a few action steps you can get started with so you can make change in your life right now. So let's get into it. So yeah, like I was saying, a lot of people look at lifestyle very shallow, like a very shallow way. They don't go into depth with it. There's so much more that you can do with a lifestyle other than just enjoy yourself and look like you're successful. A lot of these guys that you see online, they look successful. They look like they're, multimillionaires, billionaires, whatever it may be. But a lot of this stuff is fabricated. And trust me, I've done it too. So it's not like everyone does it. Everyone online has that desire to look like they're further along, and it's a human thing. You might rent a nice car and say like, hey, look at me. There's nothing wrong with renting a nice car too. Like, you need to have money to rent a nice car. It's like you can't be a brokey and rent a Lamborghini. You need to have a decent amount of money just to do that. So even if you're renting stuff, it still proves that you have money, but it makes these guys look like they're just so much further ahead, and it's very easy to try to get on that train and follow the trend. It's a human thing. We want to be included in that group. So that's the first thing. It's everyone thinks of it as a shallow thing where it's just like, oh, lifestyle. It's like, it's my chance to show that I'm better than I am. When the best way to do it is, you can create your character with it. That's one part. That's actually the first part I teach my clients. The building the character, getting the setup, and then after that, it actually ties in with the setup, the second part. You set up everything where it's proactively fixing your life in certain ways. And it would be a lot for me to get into everything, but that's just the whole idea. That's not the whole idea, but the general idea of it is you have one part where, you create the character. You get perceived a certain way, but then the second part is the setup that ties into it. And, if you want to be more fit, you want whatever it may be out of life, you want to kick addictions, then that's where the real work starts. But what is the power of lifestyle setup? Now, I can talk till the cows come home. I can talk for days about this stuff, but I'm just going to let one of my clients kind of give you a feedback on what his experience was when we were coaching. So I'll just put that clip on for you now and let the proof speak. So here he is right here.
I just got off a call with Joshua, and that guy knows his stuff. I am Abhimanyu. I am a guitarist. I am a music producer. I coach people. I teach people how to play the guitar. And I've been struggling to find students. I've been struggling to find clients. But after working with Joshua, after following his strategies, after following his content creation ideas, after following his methodologies, I don't have to cold DM people anymore, and I'm able to get clients and students very easily. It's not stressful anymore. So if you are someone looking for help, I would definitely recommend you to have a call, have a session with Joshua, because that guy, he knows what he's doing.
So yeah, when I first was talking to him, he was very nervous, very just didn't know the direction he wanted to go. He was kind of floating with the wind, and I did this for years. All the way up to when I was 30, I was just being blown by the wind. I didn't know how to get direction, how to be stable. That's what a true lifestyle, a custom lifestyle, is. That's what it gives you. It gives you stability. It gives you assurance that I'm living in alignment with where I want to go. And then each day just kind of takes you along. Sometimes you have to stop. And I've recently learned this too. One of my buddies, I coach, and then I have tons of coaches. I have 3 coaches right now. So even coaches need coaches. And what I've realized is you don't need to go down in progress. You can stop. You can go up, and then you can stop and recalibrate and figure out where you want to go from there. And that's the key. That's the key when it comes to lifestyle creation. You have that direction. You have that assurance and that confidence and that ability to stop and think, okay, which direction should I take? Which direction makes the most sense? You try one direction. If there's one direction, 2, 3, you try the first one, the second, the third. Whichever one works, you go forward. And then you'll get into that crossroads again, and you just keep going through there. So that's a real powerful thing behind once you get everything aligned. But let's think of it this way. Who's gonna get the furthest, the quickest? Is it gonna be someone that thinks about taking action, thinks about, oh, this way may be the best, or maybe this way, little hesitations here and there, and very unsure. Is that person gonna win, or is this person gonna win? The guy that takes action, knows that, hey, this could work, it could also not work, but I'm not gonna find out until I try. And then takes action, hammers away at the first one, hammers away at the second, hammers away at the third. Maybe there's a fourth one. Hammers away at everything and just ruthlessly takes action. But then, once things are starting to kind of not work, stops, takes a breath out, pauses, and thinks, where am I going to go from here? Where are the options? Okay, here's an option right here. Boom, take action. Boom, boom, boom. Just ruthlessly taking action. That's what's going to really change your life. And I've ruthlessly taken action this past week. And I spent a lot of money doing it. But at the same time, there's a lot more options open now. Every option's open. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I'm trying everything. And that's what I preach. When you create the right lifestyle, you ruthlessly take action, but then when things aren't working, you redirect yourself, which is what I've recently learned to do a little bit better. Then everything just, it works. It works because it doesn't have a chance to not work, because you're hitting every single possible angle that you have at your disposal. And that's the inspirational thing that I want. And it's very simple. The thing is, it's all simple stuff. Keeping everything simple and right down to the brass tacks and not adding all these unnecessary things, that's what makes everything work. You just keep it as simple as possible. If there's something that you might think that'll help the process of what you're trying to do, then you add it in. But if it doesn't serve it at all, keep it away. Simplicity and ruthless action. Right when the option's there. Like, if you want to get into a course and it's expensive, say $3,000, then you can do payment plans or something like that. You set up a payment plan and get in there right away, take action, and then you don't need to pay the whole thing. You can do like $100 a month, $200 a month, whatever. There's tons of plans that you can do to keep taking action, even though you might not have the money yet. You can just add it to another monthly expense, and if it falls in your budget, go for it, because we only live for a certain amount of time anyway. Why not try to conquer as much as we can as men, as high testosterone men? Why don't we just go for it? I stole that from one of my mentors. Sorry, bro. But I guess this thing got disconnected. Oh, there we go. It's back. That was weird. But yeah, I stole that from one of my mentors. It just came naturally. But I'll leave you with that. Hopefully that was inspirational enough for you. I saw a little clip in there for a little proof. And it's sometimes that's all it took. That's what it took for me. I just needed to see a few people going like, hell yeah, I love this. And then I took action. So if creating an amazing lifestyle is something that you want to get into, where you can live the life that you want right now, you can create that life for yourself, create the character, create all the whole system that gives you what you need, what you need and what you want out of life, then feel free to check out the link down there in the description. I do the coaching and everything. But if you're not ready for coaching, no worries. No worries, because never get into something when you feel pressured. If you feel the pressure, don't do it. The way you know that it's a good opportunity is when it's just laid out for you and you decide on your own. So it's there if you want it, but if you're not ready for coaching, then I also have an ebook down there. You can check that out as well, but I'll leave it there. God bless, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.